Hello everyone, I'm Gary Raze with Remax Integrity, but I'm also with Eugene Spotlights, where we get an opportunity to interview businesses around the Lane County area. And I'm fortunate to be able to introduce Jim Purcell, and he's with Lost in Time Restorations, and his twin brother, this is Gordon. Yeah, this is Gordon from Graffiti Alley, which you probably have recognized that name for a long time. So they've been in business a long time. You guys, how did you guys pair up together? How did that come about?
That was actually off. He was a customer.
Yeah,
actually.
I was a customer. So I had a car. COVID hit. I took some time off. I worked on it. My Uncle Bob, who ran Graffiti Alley, said, "Hey, meet up with this Jim Purcell and Mike Purcell," and so I pulled them in, and they took a look at my car, and we've been working on it, making it right.
Good.
And it's still not done. This is
well, I was.
Hey, it's all about quality for us.
So what inspired you to? This is a great operation. What inspired you to get into this line of work?
Well, I mean, I've always been into the hot rods and cars all my life, so that's what I do, you know.
So you grew up working on cars.
Grew up doing that, and then I wanted to get my kids involved, you know, and teach them.
So Mike and Jim, that's your other son,
oldest boy.
Yes,
yeah.
and so they've been involved. This is what inspires a lot of people, is the fact that you're working in a passion, that there is something that you've had a passion for forever. Exactly. There are so many people that grow up and say, I don't know what I want to do. You found it years ago, and you were able to manage.
He likes to make stuff cool. That's his whole.
That's
yes.
Right there.
So I want you to walk us through your restoration process. Chuck Wagon or Pete Moss or any of those guys, they come in here with a car, and you're going to evaluate and talk to the client and find out exactly what
they want.
Is it going to be a dress it up, or is it going to be a fix it up? What type? You do both? Are you a mechanic as well?
We do the full meal deal, everything, you know, here in house.
Okay.
And like this Fairlane right here, this one was just brought in just to do all mechanical and suspension work and motor, you know.
Okay.
The paint and interior was already done. So it turned out, you know, it was a really involved project, putting air conditioning on it and all that, rewiring the car.
You would not want just a Joe Blow guy, my car's not working. That's not the kind of customer. No. You want a specific customer that wants to, it's probably going to be an older car as opposed to...
That's mainly what we focus on.
Right.
Yeah.
And in today's world, with all the electronics in a car, it's got to be not good.
And we're not electronic guys.
No.
No computers.
So what are some of the challenging things that you've had to come up with and solve in a restoration problem?
A lot of it is the computer stuff. Like this car has computer stuff on board.
Okay.
So I've been getting guys in here that know that stuff to help us out.
Okay.
And resolve all those issues, you know.
What would be an issue for the customer? Obviously, the customers that have come into this particular scenario are the type of customers that have enough money to afford to get it done correctly. Because you're like one of the very few out there that can do this.
No.
Am I correct on that?
There's a few shops around town, you know, good shops. But we're just fortunate enough, you know, that people get word of mouth on us that we're upfront, honest, detail oriented, and we want it right, you know. That's how we've grown. So
what I've heard, detail oriented. I've heard word of mouth, because they're good, that you'll see from all the pictures that are going to be shown here. They have a lot of work, and they have a lot of work because they're good. So you started out in Eugene.
Yeah, on Bethel Drive, we rented a shop, and that's where Graffiti Alley is at right now.
Sure is.
So how, Gordon, you've been part of this of late. How do you guys decide what you're going to work on? Have you had to turn customers away?
We try not to do that, but we have definitely our schedule is, we've got quite a lot of cars, you know, that we're working on right now, and a lot of people that are in the loop that want to come in. So
I mean, right now for a full restoration, you know, people are going to have to wait probably a year and a half.
This is going to be a question that you're not going to be able to answer just easily. A guy wants to restore an old car that's been in his garage for a long time. It doesn't run, all of that. What kind of costs are those going to entail? I know that's an open-ended question.
I mean, we just had one the other day. A person with an old GTO that's been in storage for 50 years that they want to bring to us. That's what she was asking price, and I go, I mean, it's hard to say. It depends on what all the car needs, you know. I mean, you're probably gonna have to do fuel system and brakes and all that, you know.
You can't just. I mean, I know that you can't just give an immediate bid on a job.
Yeah.
But those types of customers hopefully have enough money. It's going to be a $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 job.
Sometimes it's higher than
it's
that.
usually higher, yeah.
Okay.
But most of the time we have to kind of walk through the process with the customer to help them understand like what's really involved. People really don't understand what's involved
They don't.
to gap, to get the finish work done, to go through the whole process, to make sure it's clean before we put anything on the car. So we just have to kind of walk through that process, and when they see the hours, how long it takes us to do that kind of stuff, they're either going to buy into having it done right, or they're going to just say, hey,
I'll sell the car.
Maybe there's another direction for us.
Yes.
But we do work with some other shops that sometimes we can, if a guy just wants the car sanded and painted, we can send him that direction, help him out with that.
Do you ever have trouble finding parts?
So Graffiti Alley, yes, we do have some problems with that right now.
That's what I was wondering.
Ever since COVID, like just the part availability is a struggle. So a lot of times I have to find alternative, solutions to trying to source parts. But
well, the good example is that Nomad out there, the interior.
Oh yeah, the interior, couldn't get any of the interior pieces, so we're having to have it custom made.
Okay.
Which obviously is an impact to the client because
more money.
Now it's more money.
And also, what about a metal part? Do you have to fabricate metal?
We do that too, if you can.
Does that depreciate the value if it's not an original piece?
No, the main thing is just making it right the way it should be.
Okay. So even if you fabricated it, it's not going to.
It's going to look like factory.
Sure. What's the oldest car? I'm just curious because I love your shop. What's the oldest car you guys have worked on?
We did a 41 Ford, complete restoration, street rod. The 34 Ford, we did a bunch of mechanical work on.
There's still a few around.
Yeah. Most of it's, the mid 50s, 60s.
Yes, that's what I suspect.
A lot of it.
There's still a lot of those out there that have been left alone for a long, long time.
Yeah.
And like this Super Bird right here, this is just body and paint, but that's like a $300,000 car, And we're actually doing that for another shop.
Okay.
He has a Mopar shop, and we're just doing the body and paint for him. He's brought quite a few cars to us.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because the gentleman that's not standing here with us that should be getting a lot of the glory is his son, Michael Purcell.
And just to let you know, Michael was in my class when I taught at Madison, and he owed me over five math papers. Great kid.
Yeah.
But his love, this is the thing that I'm impressed with. You'd followed your passion, and your sons also garnered that passion, which is unusual.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Dad, I don't want to be any part of this business, but that's not what happened. He is part of the system as well.
Yeah,
but it all got on their blood too. My 55 Chevy I had forever. Those kids were little riding in my 55 Chevy, hot rodding down the road, and the cops chasing us home and shit. So yeah,
that is shite. What's next for you guys? Are you going to grow, or is this as big as you want to be?
No, I mean, I think we just want to keep it about where we're at here, just kind of more low key. I mean, it got bigger than what we were expecting anyway,
Yeah, because it's more for us. It's the quality of the product that comes
out
of
the
here
quality.
than it is the quantity. So, we try to get the customers that want their cars done right, and then we work with them. And and if you get too many and you get too many bodies, so that's the thing with Michael.
Yes,
is that he pays attention to what's going on. Like if I step in and start blocking something, I'm not doing it right.
He'll slap your hands.
He steps in, he makes it right. But the kid lays the flattest paint you'll ever find. I mean, he's an unbelievable painter.
He's getting a name for himself.
Well, then that's the beauty of what you've been able to hand down. He has learned a craft that's never going to go away.
Yeah, and he's a good dancer.
Where's dancing? Let's see where that comes in.
Unlike his dad.
Clumsy as hell. Huh?
So there you have it. Again, this is a fantastic opportunity for those of you that have an old car that's been sitting around for a while and thinking, I wonder if this is worth something. They'll tell you the truth. They're spot on. They'll let you know if it's something that's worthwhile to pursue. So again, Lost in Time Restorations out here in Cheshire, by the way. I don't think we ever mentioned that.
Yeah.
But they started in Eugene. They are out here in the country where they have a big shop in Cheshire, easy to find, right off of Highway 36.
And actually, it's called Paradise. This is Paradise.
I don't see any alcohol.
Oh, it's inside.
Oh, it's here.
Your whiskey. Come out and see us.
Okay.
Good bid.
There you go. Eugene Spotlights, Gary Raze, and this is Gordon and Jim, and they are ready to serve you if you so desire. Again, we'll see you next time. Take care.